The Last Resort, a new romantic comedy from the director of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, has found its leads in Star Wars alumni. Released in 2003, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was directed by Donald Petrie and stars Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey in lead roles. Despite receiving mixed reviews, the rom-com was a box office success that made over $177 million on a $50 million budget. Petrie has also directed hit rom-coms such as 1988's Mystic Pizza starring Julia Roberts and 2000's Miss Congeniality starring Sandra Bullock. Now, the director's next rom-com has found its two leads, and they are both Star Wars alumni. According to Deadline, The Last Resort has cast Daisy Ridley, Star Wars, Episodes 7-9, and Alden Ehrenreich, Solo, A Star Wars Story, in its two lead roles. Production on the rom-com, which will be set in the Philippines, is set to begin in April with Asia Pacific Films producing and financing. What The Last Resort's cast means for the movie. Who are the Star Wars alumni playing? With a script written by Karen McCullough, who previously penned the hit rom-coms 10 Things I Hate About You and Legally Blonde, The Last Resort will star Daisy Ridley as a woman named Brooke who, eager to prove herself capable of taking over her father's hotel empire, travels to the Philippines to scout a new resort location. There, she meets Ben, played by Alden Ehrenreich, a charismatic expatriate pilot who introduces her to the country's breathtaking beauty and helps her discover a newfound sense of freedom. As Brooke begins to grapple with the conflict between love and responsibility, her relationship with Ben forces her to choose between the two. Daisy Ridley played Rey in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and is set to reprise the role in the upcoming new Jedi Order movie, while Alden Ehrenreich starred as a young Han Solo in Solo, A Star Wars Story, which takes place before Rey is even born. In turn, Ridley and Ehrenreich never shared the screen in Star Wars, but they will in The Last Resort. Our take on Daisy Ridley and Alden Ehrenreich starring in The Last Resort. They're entering uncharted territory. Solo, A Star Wars Story, Han Solo, Alden Ehrenreich, The Force Awakens, Rey, Daisy Ridley, Rey. Since Star Wars, Daisy Ridley and Alden Ehrenreich have appeared in some interesting roles, such as Sometimes I Think About Dying, Magpie, and Young Woman and the Sea for the former, and Cocaine Bear, Fair Play, and Oppenheimer for the latter. However, neither has starred in a traditional romantic comedy since their Star Wars fame, so The Last Resort will allow Ridley and Ehrenreich to branch out into a new genre. With genre specialists like director Donald Petrie and screenwriter Karen McCullough behind it, The Last Resort should at least be a solid rom-com, if nothing else.